The playground fell silent when 8-year-old Thomas hit the ground. Seizure, unconscious, barely breathing. Teachers panicked. Children screamed. Someone dialed 911. But the school nurse, Clara Moreau, didn't flinch. She moved with military precision, securing his airway, monitoring vitals, orchestrating the emergency response like she was running a field hospital. Paramedics arrived, expecting to take charge, but found a medical professional who outshone them. "Ma'am, where did you train?" "Air Force, combat medic, 3 tours," she replied. Before we dive into this story of hidden expertise and life-saving moments, share in the comments what city you're watching from. If you believe the greatest legends shine in our darkest moments, hit that subscribe button. Clara Moreau had been the nurse at Riverside Elementary for 5 years. Children adored her. Parents trusted her. Teachers leaned on her. She had a gentle touch for scraped knees, a patient ear for stomach aches, and the perfect band-aid for every situation. At 34, Clara was the ideal school nurse, kind yet competent, caring yet professional. She arrived at 7:30 each morning, left at 4:30 each evening, consistent, reliable, predictable. Her office was spotless, medical supplies neatly organized, emergency protocols clearly posted, everything in place. Kids felt safe there, a haven for healing. Parents valued her communication phone calls for serious issues, notes for minor ones, always keeping families in the loop. She kept professional boundaries but radiated warmth. Faculty respected her reliability, never sick, always ready for emergencies, quietly going above and beyond. Her medical knowledge seemed deeper than a typical school nurse's, but Clara never shared her past. "I've always loved helping children," she'd say. Simple, no details. Colleagues assumed a standard nursing background, maybe pediatrics. Clara had joined the Air Force at 21. A single mother with few options, she was drawn to military medicine, a stable career for her son, a chance to serve. Her medical aptitude shone in basic training, quick to learn, calm under pressure, with a natural bedside manner. Instructors pushed her toward aerospace medical service, a specialized track. Her first role was as a medical technician in a base hospital, emergency room work, trauma response, advanced life support. It was intense, but Clara excelled, earning quick promotions and more responsibilities. She trained in combat, casualty care, battlefield medicine, advanced trauma, and life support. Her goal? Become a combat medic, the toughest, most critical role. Her first deployment was Afghanistan, serving in a medical unit at a forward operating base. She treated wounded soldiers, assisted in emergency surgeries, and made life or death calls daily. Clara thrived under pressure. Her second deployment, in Iraq, embedded her with a special operations unit, high-risk missions, remote locations, scarce resources. Her skills were vital to mission success. Her third deployment, near the Syria border, was the most perilous, supporting Black Ops, providing tactical medical care, keeping elite soldiers alive in hostile territory. That tour changed her. Her expertise peaked, but the psychological toll was heavy combat stress, PTSD symptoms, and readjustment struggles back home. Clara's Air Force training was vast: advanced cardiac and pediatric life support, trauma nurse core courses equivalent to an ER nurse, paramedic, and trauma specialist combined. Combat medic training was unique, limited resources, extreme conditions, split-second decisions. She managed airways under fire, administered drugs in field conditions, and provided advanced care for special ops units, treating complex injuries while maintaining operational security. Her pediatric experience came from treating young soldiers 18, 19, scared and far from home. She mastered calming frightened patients while delivering expert care. Her equipment knowledge was comprehensive. Military tech often surpassed civilian tools. Clara could operate any device, improvise with minimal resources, and make critical decisions in seconds, lives hanging in the balance. Transitioning to civilian nursing felt easy by comparison. School emergencies were nothing next to battlefield trauma, but Clara kept her skills sharp. You never knew when they'd be needed. After an honorable discharge in 2019, she used PTSD therapy and career transition support. School nursing was a perfect fit. Children reminded her why she became a medic: to help the vulnerable. The stable, positive school environment was a welcome change after years of chaos. Riverside Elementary hired her, unaware of her overqualifications, a bachelor's in nursing, military experience, advanced certifications. They were just glad to have her. Her daily work was simple: scraped knees, stomach aches, fever checks, medication administration. But Clara noticed what others missed: an unusual breathing pattern hinting at asthma, headaches suggesting vision issues, behavioral changes pointing to medical causes. Her assessments were thorough, her referrals spot on, her follow-ups meticulous. Principal Mr. Edwards valued her professionalism but never probed her expertise. Colleagues remarked, "Clara, you seem to know everything about medicine." She'd smile. "Just experience." She never elaborated. Children sensed something special about her, more confident, more knowledgeable, stronger than past nurses. They trusted her completely. That Monday morning started normally spring weather, kids buzzing for recess. Clara was in her office, handling paperwork, medical forms, and parent communications, glancing at the playground through her window, a habit from years of situational awareness. Thomas Wilson, 8th, 3rd grade, a healthy kid, was playing soccer, laughing, running. At 10:23 a.m., he stopped dead, a confused look on his face, then collapsed. Clara knew instantly this wasn't a normal fall. She grabbed her emergency bag and sprinted out. Her training took over: assess the scene, approach the patient, evaluate. Thomas was unconscious, unresponsive, breathing shallow and irregular, skin pale, lips slightly blue, a serious emergency. Teachers gathered, kids cried. The playground supervisor called the office. Chaos brewed, but Clara zeroed in. "Call 911, she told the supervisor. "Unconscious child. Possible seizure. Paramedics urgent." She checked Thomas. Airway partially blocked. Breathing weak, pulse faint but present. She positioned him, cleared his airway, started rescue breathing. This wasn't school nurse protocol, this was combat medic mode. Head tilt, chin lift, jaw thrust, obstruction cleared. Thomas's breathing improved. She checked circulation pulse, skin color, capillary refill, signs of shock, then neurological signs, pupils, Glasgow coma scale, posturing. She ruled out brain injury, stroke, metabolic issues. Chaos swirled, teachers panicking, kids crying, administrators arriving, but Clara created a calm zone. "Everyone, step back. Give us space," she commanded, her voice halting the panic. Mr. Edwards arrived, stunned. This wasn't basic first aid. This was advanced care. Clara monitored vitals, maintained the airway. Thomas groaned, moved slightly positive signs. "Thomas, can you hear me? You're safe," she said, her voice steady as she continued assessing. Paramedics arrived 8 minutes later, expecting a teacher with basic skills. Instead, they found Clara delivering expert care. "Ma'am, we'll take over," the lead paramedic said. Clara reported, "Patient is an 8-year-old male. Witness collapse during activity. Initial presentation: unconscious, compromised airway, shallow respirations. I've maintained airway patency, assisted ventilations, monitor vitals, current status, responsive to verbal stimuli, breathing stable, pulse regular." The paramedics exchanged glances. This was professional grade reporting. "Ma'am, what's your background?" "Registered nurse," Clara said, helping with the stretcher. "Your assessment's thorough. EMT training?" She paused. "Military medical. Which branch?" "Air Force. Combat medic." The paramedic nodded, impressed. 8 years, 3 deployments? "Yes, that explains it. Textbook perfect care." Thomas was stabilized and transported. Diagnosis: complex seizure disorder. First-time presentation. Clara's response likely saved his life. Mr. Edwards approached her after. "Clara, that wasn't typical school nurse work. Your skills, I did what was needed," she said quietly. "You mentioned Air Force combat medic. Tell me more." She shifted uncomfortably. 8 years, medical specialist, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, trauma care, emergency medicine. Mr. Edwards was floored. "Our nurse is a former combat medic? I'm qualified to handle emergencies, Mr. Edwards. That's what matters." Word spread fast. Nurse Clara wasn't just a nurse. She was a decorated Air Force veteran, a combat medic, a hero. Thomas's parents learned at the hospital. "Your son was lucky. The initial care was professional level," the doctor said. They thanked Clara at school, finding her back at routine work, humble as ever. Miss Moreau, you saved Thomas's life. I did my job. I'm glad he's okay. Your military background. What matters is Thomas's treatment, but it mattered to the community. Parents, teachers, and administrators whispered about their elite medic nurse. At a faculty meeting, Mr. Edwards praised her qualifications. Clara's military training is an asset. Parents saw her anew a combat, experienced professional. Trust soared. Thomas returned a week later, recovered. He visited Clara. My mom said you saved my life. I helped when you needed it, Thomas. That's what we do. Were you a soldier? An Airman Air Force. I helped hurt soldiers like I helped you. Clara's role grew nurse, medical consultant, emergency coordinator, health advocate. District administrators tapped her to design emergency protocols for all schools. She created robust plans. The PTA asked her to speak on child safety and emergency prep. Hesitant at first, she saw it as education, recognizing warning signs, staying calm, acting right that saves lives. She told parents. Local EMT programs recruited her to teach, valuing her combat experience and teaching skill. Kids felt safer knowing Nurse Clara had saved soldiers and could handle anything. Thomas became her champion. Nurse Clara saved my life. She's a real superhero. Clara stayed humble. I'm a school nurse. I help kids. The rest is just background. Mr. Edwards disagreed. Your service, your expertise, it matters. You're who we want for our kids. A year later, Clara earned a community award for her military and civilian service. The hospital invited her to speak at a pediatric emergency conference. Military training doesn't end at discharge, she said. Skills carry on. Saving lives never stops. Thomas, now 9, attended, clapping first, sparking a standing ovation. For Clara, true recognition was daily band-aids for knees, comfort for aches, care for kids. The military taught her to save lives in chaos. School nursing taught her to nurture health and calm. Both missions mattered. Hidden legends don't stop serving, they find new ways. Battlefield or classroom, combat zone or nurse's office, the goal stays. Protect those who need it. Have you trusted your kids to someone like Clara, a caregiver with a hidden military past? Share in the comments. At Hidden Legends, we know heroes often serve quietly, gently protecting. If this moved you, share, subscribe, and keep these stories alive. Until next time, remember, your child's caregiver might have saved more lives than you know. Service wears combat boots or scrubs.